Good morning, Collective Kids, and welcome to Sundays with Ziggy.
I'm Abby.
I'm Margaret.
And this is our friend Ziggy.
Abby, how was your week?
My week was good. Yeah, same old. Really didn't do anything exciting this week.
No, I didn't either. It was one of those weeks that just kind of...
Recovering from all the Thanksgiving food.
Oh my gosh, so much Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
I definitely had a Thanksgiving nap.
Yes.
Those are the best. You always have to have them Thanksgiving naps.
Yes, for sure.
Well, Abby, I know that we don't have the same sense of style, so you'll have to forgive me, but I bought you another present because...
Okay.
Friends.
I'm really excited.
JoJo Siwa Bows! Do you like my
Is this one
song?
mine?
That one is for you, because you're like a magical unicorn. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Girl, that looks so good. You look like JoJo Siwa.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either. All the cool kids are wearing JoJo Siwa, okay?
Okay.
So, I like playing games with you, Abby.
Yes.
I really enjoy our games. So, this week is headbands.
Oh, okay.
Da-da-da. So, we're going to wear these cool thingamadiggies. And you just try and tighten it. Should have done this. There we go. Just gotta Hulk it on. And then you pick a card. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you just had to Hulk it. You're so strong.
Yeah.
You're so strong. I encouraged you. I remember from last week.
Oh, okay.
So, we both pick a card
Okay.
and put it, don't look at it. You can't look at it. If you look at it, it's cheating. And face me.
Okay.
And then we take turns asking questions to try and figure out what we are.
Okay.
Okay? I want this one.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Abby,
Okay.
am I alive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's your turn.
Am I an animal?
No, you are definitely not an animal.
Okay.
Am I an animal?
Yes.
Oh! Okay.
You are.
Okay.
Am I a piece of furniture?
No. Do I live on your farm?
No.
Dang it. That could be literally anything. Okay.
Can you find me in somebody's house?
Oh, yes, most definitely. I actually used some today.
Oh.
Yes. Can you give me a hint?
You do live on a farm, just not mine.
Is it a pig?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Ah. Ow, that stuck to my forehead.
Oh, do I keep going?
Yes.
Scissors?
Yes, you are!
Oh,
Yeah, look at
nice.
that. I'm gonna have an imprint of this on my forehead now. Ow, ow.
Oh, it's my hair.
Okay. Is my bow still in?
Yes. Great.
It's probably one of my favorite games because you literally
Yeah.
have no idea what it is.
I haven't played that one in a long time. That was a good one. Okay.
Yeah, pigs are herbivores, but they could be carnivores.
I think
It's a
they-
weird one. They do.
Everything.
They
That's
really
what
do.
I've
They're carburetors.
heard. Yeah. Okay, on to the video.
Yes, on to video. What are we learning
Okay,
today?
We are hearing from John, chapter 21, a moment between Jesus and Peter. And we know Peter by him denying Jesus 3 times.
Yeah.
And despite that, Jesus still had plans for him and he forgave him. So this video is all about forgiveness. So let's listen to this story and see, I think, a perfect example of forgiving your friend.
Definitely.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of John, chapter 21, verses 1 through 19.
Peter hauled in the knotted net yet again as the first light of dawn gleamed in the eastern sky.
Empty. Not a single fish all night.
Thomas shook his head.
I doubt we'll catch a thing before it's time to take the boat in.
John studied Peter thoughtfully.
Peter, you didn't really want to catch fish anyway, did you? You just wanted to get out in the boat and do something normal.
Peter shrugged, but he knew John was right. Over the past few weeks and months, everything in his life had turned upside down. First, Peter had shown the courage to speak the truth about his friend Jesus.
You are the Christ. You are the Son of the living God.
Many people wanted to make Jesus king, even though the religious leaders hated him. The day before Jesus was killed, Peter had promised Jesus that he would follow him anywhere, and even give up his life for Jesus. But that very evening, Jesus was arrested. Peter was so scared he told 3 different people he wasn't Jesus' friend.
I don't know that man.
Peter felt sick about what he'd done, especially when Jesus was nailed to the cross and died. But then he returned to life. He appeared to his friends. It was amazing, incredible. Everyone was excited beyond belief. Except Peter must have wondered.
Is Jesus mad at me? Am I still his friend? Does he still love me?
Now Peter found himself in the boat, trying to figure it all out. His fingers tightened on the wet rope as he prepared to cast the net one more time. As he glanced over on the shoreline, he saw a figure standing there.
Friends, don't you have any fish?
Nope, not one.
Throw your net on the right side of the boat. There you will find some fish.
The 7 disciples in the boat exchanged glances as Thomas laughed.
I seriously doubt it.
You guys have anything better to do? Let's give it a try.
Together, the men heaved the heavy wet net back into the sea on the other side.
Hey, I think we've got something.
Bring it on in. There's 1 fish.
2 fish,
A red fish. Ugh.
a blue fish, and another one, and another 10. Whoa, need some help here.
The net was so full of fish, they couldn't haul it into the boat. They began towing it to shore. John gaped at the man still standing on the beach.
It's the Lord.
Excitement raced through Peter's veins. He was about to see Jesus again. But just as quickly, guilt gnawed at his stomach. Facing Jesus meant he had to face how he denied knowing Jesus.
But it's Jesus. I've got to see him no matter what.
Grabbing his coat, Peter jumped out of the boat and into the water. He half ran and half waded to the beach when he discovered that Jesus started a small bonfire. Fish and bread were already toasting over the flames.
He's God's son and he's making breakfast for us.
Jesus smiled at Peter.
Bring some of the fish you have just caught.
Yes, Lord.
Peter ran back to the lapping water to help his friends haul their fish to shore.
153.
You counted?
Don't doubt it.
Jesus gestured to the disciples to join him around the fire.
Come and have breakfast.
As the disciples gathered, Jesus offered them bread to eat. John whispered to Peter.
This is what he did when we last ate together at the Passover meal.
When breakfast finished, the disciples rose to take care of their fish. Peter found himself walking beside Jesus. There were so many things he wanted to say, but he couldn't find the words.
Simon Peter, do you really love me more than these others do?
Peter swallowed hard. Surely Jesus knew what he felt.
Yes, Lord, you know that I love you.
Feed my lambs.
Peter remembered how Jesus would compare people to sheep in his stories.
Peter, do you really love me?
Lord, you know that I love you.
Take care of my sheep.
Sheep? People. Peter waited in his mind. Jesus must be telling Peter to take care of the people who had followed him.
Peter, do you love me?
Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you.
Feed my sheep.
Just as Peter denied knowing Jesus 3 times, he now confirmed 3 times that he loved Jesus. What's more, Jesus wanted Peter to go out and share that love with others.
He's forgiven me, even after what I did.
Peter, things are going to get even more difficult for you. You are going to be led places you do not want to go.
Peter slowly nodded his head. He was willing to do anything Jesus asked of him.
Follow me.
Yes, Lord, I will.
Because Jesus had forgiven him, Peter was now free to share the love of God with those around him, without carrying around a heavy load of guilt.
Okay, another great story in our friendship series.
Definitely.
I think in this story specifically, and all throughout the Bible, we see God's kindness and goodness towards those who go against him in different ways.
Yeah.
And Jesus forgave Peter despite him denying him, and he tried to rebuild that friendship that they had. So I think it's important, even though maybe your friend does something or says something to hurt you, it's good to forgive them and try to rebuild that friendship, because friends are important and we love having friends.
Definitely. I definitely think sometimes it can be really hard to forgive something. Like you can just get so frustrated with your friends that you're like, friends off, like I can't even anymore. And like, I think it's nice to see that in the Bible, somebody as like well known as Jesus was able to forgive his friends. So it just, to me, it just makes it a little bit easier to forgive my friends, because everybody makes mistakes and people are going to make mistakes. That's just the way it is. But yeah, it was a really good story. I loved it. Well, guys, we love you. As always, we miss you. We can't wait to see you guys. And we'll catch you on the flip side.